Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Be sure to watch until the end of this video and let's get right into the information today. Again, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research, and without further ado, bear with me because I have a massive migraine right now. So right here guys, on Finextra, so I believe that I Am Legion, some people were circulating this on Twitter, and this was written by, again, kind of the IMF and the G7 working group. And the cool thing is, of course, we have former Ripple employee a part of this article, Jess Chang, excuse me. So right here, a few things to pay attention to before we go into depth and detail. Again, talking about, Libra and other types of tokens posing risks to financial stability, AML laundering efforts, antitrust policy, even monetary sovereignty. A new G7 working group has, been warning. And again, guys, we know Libra. If you read the white paper, you're aware of it. Even Brad Garlinghouse kind of makes a joke out of it, calling it just the white paper. It is nothing more than a fancy IOU database that's masquerading as blockchain, not a threat. Again, the point of blockchain, even just DLT, which is at a much bigger level, is financial inclusion, leveling the playing field, all about mutual trust, not mutual mistrust, the same type of narrative. So right here, just talking about stablecoins, again, ushering in faster, cheaper, more inclusive payments while addressing the volatility problem posed by traditional cryptocurrencies. Again, guys, transacting over at the XRP ledger 3 to 5 seconds is still mathematically less volatile than sending over the Swift network, which can take anywhere from 2 to 6 days with a 6% error rate. Math doesn't lie. They've gone over it specifically. Many people at Ripple have kind of, referenced this as well. So right here, stablecoins also pose huge risks and must address concerns around issues such as legal certainty, AML, cybersecurity, market integrity, data privacy, and consumer protection. And again, something to keep in mind, guys, is one of the only stablecoins that I actually really believe in and talk about on this channel. If you remember one of the videos, I think I titled it like stablecoins versus XRP or something, are algorithmic stablecoins, guys. Something that is, trusted and ran by math. Again, nothing else. It's not, a peg. It's not vouched and you're just trusting this entity or company like Tether. It's going to be the future, in my opinion. All right. So something to keep an eye on. Again, guys, if you have not looked into it, look into algorithmic stablecoins. Fun fact, David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, again, has proposed time and time again these types of algorithmic stablecoins tokenized on the XRP ledger so that banks, whether it's CBDCs or however it works, they can collateralize XRP and have assets running on the ledger. They would not have to hold XRP, but it would still have the demand for XRP in a massive way through collateralization. And then again, still being able to transact relatively fast, at least, levels beyond what we're doing today. All right, next up. So I know you guys saw this circulating around. I see Damor Sahami sharing this. So again, guys, just to kind of reference this is Jess Chang. Again, she has a background with, of course, Ripple, is a former Ripple employee, spent time at the International Monetary Fund, Bank of International Settlements, you name it. And again, that report that we just kind of sped through, she even said, really great to have been part of the IMF team that contributed to this landmark G7 report on stablecoins. A baseline necessity for any coin is a sound legal basis. The report spells out what it means. All right, citing IMF, discussion on modernizing legal frameworks. And again, former Ripple employee, for those that don't know, now at the International Monetary Fund. Right here, XRP_Stewart, we can see Senior Counsel, Federal Reserve Board, January 2020, present 3 months ago. And here she says, I am helping to build out the Fed Now payment system, supporting infrastructure modernization projects and contributing to analytical work on digital currencies. Again, guys, this is just another example. We have, dozens of examples like this that were former Ripple employees, and they're spread around like chess pieces. And now there's not only people leaving Ripple, we also have huge people coming into Ripple or the ecosystem building on, the Spring Initiative or anything. Again, too many coincidences. All right, next up. Got Matthew LYNY sharing this again. We've talked about Tata Consultancy Services, TCS Banks. We talked about Quartz and their platform enabled with many of the new DLT platforms. Obviously, RippleNet has been named a few times. Corda, you name it, all XRP enabled. And DLTs, within the last, 5 to 10 years. So it's not like there's that many new platforms. So again, TCS actually has this new crypto services solution that allows banks and firms to enable investments and portfolio diversification into crypto and digital assets. So again, XRP_Owl, King Solomon, expect another deep dive shortly. And he even references the website serving approximately 25% of the global population. And again, that is Tata specifically. All right, so we're going to see right here, talking about Quartz, this crypto services that they're working on. And then, of course, even on blocking, Tata Consultancy's Quartz blockchain solution works with Ripple. And if you even want to see right here, so Quartz right here, Tata Consultancy Services, Quartz cross-border remittances. You can literally control F Ripple. It is just a 2-page document. Cross-border remittances, leveraging DLT-based ecosystems. So we can see enabling bank systems to connect to newer DLT-based infrastructure like RippleNet. So again, if they name and say like RippleNet, I'd assume that RippleNet is one of the groups that they're integrated with. If you guys think that is too much of a stretch, so be it. All right, for processing of cross-border foreign exchange remittance transactions, again, connecting to TCS Bank's payment system to the blockchain-based payments platform using APIs. Sounds very familiar. Support services related to FX quote finalization. All right, leveraging this approach, existing core systems, operational at banks, and other payment institutions need not undergo changes in connecting to the blockchain platform, as this complexity is absorbed by the Quartz gateway. There are many intelligent gateways, guys. This even just kind of reminds me of CGI. I think one of my favorite videos I've ever done was going over CGI, even the information that Damor Sahami had. I should probably just show that in every single video, because that was the most bullish thing I've ever seen, specifically for the XRP ledger. All right, right here, guys, XRP_Stort. So Ripple, Swell, they're having their event, and they're doing multiple webinars this year with the summer series of regional webinars. Pay attention to these dates in particular again. So we have North America, we have Middle East, North Africa, we have APAC, which is kind of the Asian Pacific region, Latin America, and Europe. So will these dates be significant? We know that one date that was supposed to be significant is September 23rd, and this is 1 week before it. We will simply see. Just wanted to update you guys, and of course it'll be cool to watch and see what kind of updates they have for us. All right, really quick here, because my head is just killing me right now. XRP Crypto Wolf, the Financial Action Task Force, has a meeting in October to create a stronger global framework for the regulation of crypto and crypto exchanges. The end goal, obviously, would be the framework forming a global network of supervisors for crypto. And yes, I did read this last night, just kind of go into depth and detail. Basically everything we already know, again, just kind of talking about directly to the G20 finance ministers, central bank governors, etc. All right. Remember, even the former central bank governor of India is all about Ripple, speaking at Swell's event. Why am I blanking on his name right now? I'll just blame my headache. All right. And again, he was, I believe, even like Brad Kimes asked him a question over at Swell. So right here, Anders Lundberg, again, guys, showing the top 10 remittance receiving countries in 2018. Well, look at India here. And again, part of kind of the BRICS nations, with China included. Of course, we're already live in Mexico, Philippines, you name it. And then, of course, there's additional plans, I mean, right below, specifically for Ripple, even other players like Cardano. Many people attacking in the markets for the unbanked and trying to help them as well. In Nigeria, no surprise, 24/7. And in particular in Africa, of course, there's massive issues with walled gardens and silos. I mean, even just within the same countries with mobile networks, you name it, there's no interoperability. Most people actually might have a mobile phone, but they don't have a physical bank account. So that is the issue, of course. Now, look at this. India, 78.6. I mean, that is absolutely insane in terms of billions of dollars. And even according to Ashish Barla back in 2018, he said we approximately have about 50% of India in the pipeline for RippleNet. Well, it's been 2 years, guys. So what do you think? And then again, Dr. Rajan, I think, former governor of the Central Bank of India. I'll have to double check that. So much information on a daily basis, guys. My memory's not that good. All right, next up. So right here, guys, Galgatron, one of the most intelligent people in the XRP community, great blog at galgatron.net. As you can see here, I mean, you can read this verbatim. XRP security, yeah, right. Do you really think the federal CFPB would promote XRP for payments if there was even a hint of uncertainty to its designation? Again, that hint of an uncertainty, in my belief, they might have had security-like practices early on, just like EOS and many cryptocurrencies. What happens? Well, they pay a fine, and they work on becoming more distributed, and they're good to go. This is exactly what was said by, again, Jay Clayton. He said, yes, some of these groups have had security-like practices or, unlawful sales maybe early on. And again, that's not for me to even speculate or not speculate on, but even comment on, guys. It simply is just part of the game. Again, everyone is going to have their hand in the cookie jar, and I heard Greg Kidd even say the same thing. Everyone's going to get a bite of this apple, whether it's the CFTC, the SEC, any other group. All right. XRP is not a security. If it ever was, it is no longer. And again, just kind of linking the federalregister.gov website. And in particular, just to show you this, naming, Ripple right next to it. So the Bureau also believes that expanded adoption of Swift's GPI product or Ripple's suite of products could similarly allow banks and credit unions to know the exact final amount that recipients of remittance transfers will receive before they are sent. Isn't it crazy to think that we, for the most part, are not even using this type of technology to all the masses yet? We know that Swift GPI and X current of Ripple basically are used by everybody today, at least, well over 50% now if you keep up with the trends. But it's just crazy to think that it's really taken 40 years to have this type of transparency. Like, it's really kind of laughable to see how far the Internet of Information is. But in terms of the Internet of Value, we have a long way to go. In terms of finality, true settlements on the core ledger of the central banks, that is exactly what XRP will do, and reduce the pre-funded amounts around the globe, which is measured in the trillions of dollars. And yes, we are very early. All right, right here, the continued growth and expanding partnerships of virtual currency companies such as Ripple, which offer both a payments messaging platform to support cross-border money transfers, as well as a virtual currency XRP, which can be used to affect settlement of those transfers. All right, and then even Galgatron right here, talking to the Winklevoss twins. And Ripple mentioned explicitly alongside the monopolistic incumbent Swift, but no other companies. Come on, Tyler Winklevoss, it's over, man. You lost. And he's just kind of teasing him because Tyler, made some rude remarks in the past. I don't think he knew who Galgatron was. All right, guys, obviously you have to decide for yourselves. Please continue doing your own research. Nobody knows everything. Again, all we're doing is kind of connecting dots, speculating on these asset classes, looking at who's connected to these companies from a fundamental level, and then from a tech level. I even saw I Am Legion kind of emphasize the replacement. What if Swift's replacement is not just about technology, but it's also about geopolitics? I think we can obviously agree that there's many, many different variables for this type of asset class, and these variables, they exist for every single transfer of wealth. Look back, and I always just tie it into, obviously, the .com bubble. I think it's most analogous, most recent, Internet of Information. Now we are seeing Internet of Value. Simply a matter of time. So again, do your own research. I see silly comments in every video, and some people they have the same 2017 concerns about how escrow works or how the founders might hold a lot of XRP. And it just goes to show, very, very few people do their own research, or maybe it's just we're sitting on an echo chamber here in Twitter and YouTube. Again, just, obviously, hopefully you guys can decide what's best for you, and I'll do me. All right. And just like in the video yesterday, we did see a wick for ADA just kind of go up to around that 13-cent level, almost to 14. So maybe let's see a wick about 13.8. So pretty cool to see that come through. And again, we will see. I know XRP had a nice little pump, but for me, I don't even care about that until we're, breaking over that 34-cent level. Then it means it's bull run time. So without further ado, guys, I appreciate it. Be sure to like this video, share it around, and until next time, thanks.